I've always wanted to make videos on Geometry Dash YouTube channels, since most of them are pretty terrible. I was originally planning to make individual videos on some of these channels, but I decided to just lump it all into one video and see what happens. I've already done one of these on my best friend, Tosh Deluxe, and to be honest, I was just a little bit instigated by him. So with who I think is the biggest problem already taken care of, he's out of the way. Let's get to some others that I find a bit problematic. And while it would be smart of me, business-wise, to just bootlick all of these channels in hope of someday collaborating with them, I find it more fun to just burn every bridge I possibly can.
Drake saw that I was up and coming in the game.
Ninja is a legitimate closeted homosexual.
You wouldn't want your best
And
friend.
you know I don't say that stuff lightly. Anyone who knows me knows that my gaydar has an
Pink Floyd, and this is called Flaming. Very strange, ethereal sounds.
Alone in the clouds all blue.
Alright, so here's some stuff you've probably heard before in these kind of videos. I'm only making this video to make fun of and critique the subjects involved. So, no real harm is intended. And one more thing before I get into it, I know my channel is significantly smaller than a lot of these people, so they probably won't have to worry about any serious damage, but don't harass anyone involved or bully them. I don't like attacking people that have less influence or subscribers than me, so basically anyone under 1,000, since I see that as punching down and a bit cowardly. So all of these people are significantly larger in subscribers than me. But even still, harassing people is rude. Alright, with that out of the way, Alias is the first guy to come to mind when I think of a really bad Geometry Dash YouTube channel. The thing is, before I made this script, I'd only seen one or two videos from him. I've seen a lot of his thumbnails, but I usually don't click on the videos because I've had one or two bad experiences with his content. That being that they were clickbait, and I got fooled. The first video that really caught my attention when re-looking at the Alias YouTube channel was Creating in Style! Geometry Dash. You gotta love those all-caps video titles. The title is pretty vague, but at least we know he'll be creating in the video. I click on the video and I met with the most rapid-fire editing I've seen on YouTube since I watched Game Theory when I was like 10. But instead of being clean, sensical, interesting, or enhancing, like the editing in those videos are, Alias just zooms in all the time. A technique that can work when used sparingly, but if you do it a lot, it can seem really disingenuous. And it's clear in Alias's videos that it's a substitute for being entertaining, you know, with what you're actually saying. Just let me focus on your words, you know? He used to say he had Bill Wirtz editing back when his name was Jacob Firestone, which... no. There are some good YouTube channels out there with rapid fire editing that I really enjoy. These come to mind, but Alias is just zooming constantly and it gets really repetitive. But really, the editing in Alias videos doesn't really matter, because his creating knowledge, or, you know, at least what he gives away to the public in this video, surpasses all other creators in the community. Check out these tips.
Basically, you take a platform, fill it with spikes just like here, add orbs, and it already kind of looks like a monster. If you whatever type of gameplay you're making, always make it synced with the music. Instead, make it green, move it a few layers back, and that's it.
The funniest thing is he just completely disregards the sync tip for the second half of the part, and just builds it without playtesting at all, which can make your level kinda bad. Something that I'm sure we all picked up on through experience. It's pretty clear that Jacob knows absolutely nothing about creating. When you watch a building with video, whether that be from Lemons, Dansman, or me, you'll hopefully see an original style, or at least something interesting. But this is Alias's final product. Clearly creating isn't Alias's greatest ability, which might be why this video is so bad. So let's move on to the next one. I hired players and creators! Let's see what this video has to offer.
Good morning, boomers.
Okay, right off the bat, I am not a boomer. I am a proud zoomer, meanie. Second, that is not a boomer. And third, who watching Jacob Firestone is a boomer anyway? I'd be surprised if more than 20% of his subscribers are even allowed to be on YouTube.
Logos, layouts, boostings, and that's pretty much it. Which one am I going to start with? I've got an idea.
I know this might be a little mean, and I really feel like a reaction channel right now, but man, Alias just sounds like a child. Like 12 or under. Not in his manly, sort of nasally voice, but in how he enunciates his words. Maybe this is all just colloquial speaking on YouTube, but it really gets on my nerves. He also just leaves his other tabs in plain view for everyone to see. At least zoom in on the actual content, you know? I'm watching this YouTube video right now and I can see all the tabs he has open. It's just lazy editing. This video is basically just like a Reddit video that you might see as a low-effort upload from someone else. Except here, he's doing it on Fiverr, and he doesn't have any friends in a call, so it's just kind of boring. But you might think I'm being really unfair, and that I'm cherry-picking his worst content based on the titles and thumbnails. So let's watch some of his more popular videos. Yeah, Alias is a quite successful YouTube channel. A few of his more popular recent videos are how GD players end their levels or types of different creators. And we're going to look at 20? Dude, are you really gonna do the same joke 3 times? Well, I thought no. Alright, 20 ways to end a Geometry Dash level. I saw these videos a while ago and I thought, oh, is he going to build in different decoration or gameplay styles? Is this going to be a video worth watching? Yeah, it's all just layouts. They're all basically the same too. A lot of these are really stretching it. The Swiper, the Reverso, the Nerfist, the Making Drunk Levels guy. They're all just really bad.
Next.
Here's a little quickie for you. This is easily the worst YouTuber I'm going to talk about. XcreatorGoal. How is his content so popular? Well, let me give you a rundown on capitalism online. It's money and little kids. That's really all it is. You can even buy an XcreatorGoal mug for only $10. His whole channel is 2.2 news stuff, but instead of being interesting, well-scripted, or researched, he just uses text. Not even text-to-speech, which would be better, I think. He's really just a faceless content aggregator, which I think is pretty uninteresting. Guys, RobTub updated Geometry Dash. Not really, he just did some server maintenance. The best part about this channel is it stays out of my recommended, which is cool. Apparently a lot of other people do have it in theirs though. Alright, let's move on to the last channel. Most people don't like the other 2 YouTube channels that I've mentioned in this video, but GD Flaaroni is widely liked by quite a bit of people, and he's the most popular creator I'll be talking about in this video. He's probably the best of these 3, but I can still see a lot of flaws in his channel. Maybe it's because I make similar content sometimes, but his older videos are really bad. From the content, to the editing, to just the mic quality.
Revolution by Funny Game in the 1.9 update.
Anyway, I think it's unfair to judge people off of past actions, and this applies to YouTubers and their videos, so let's check out his channel today. We'll just be looking at the videos from the past 6 months or so, and we'll start with a top 10 most unnoticed extreme demons. It's also in all caps, but I'm not gonna yell it because it's late at night. He just reads the results from a poll, coupled with some analysis of the levels he's talking about, which I'm pretty sure is only there to stretch out the video. There's not much wrong with this kind of thing, but it's just so boring.
Only 21.8% of people who took the survey have heard of this level, and to be honest, I'm not surprised. Generally, this level reminds me of an early Darwin level, like in 35%, and an early 2.1 generic level, like in 17%. It's not bad by any means, but it just doesn't stand out.
Flaaroni is not a good creator, and it leads to his criticisms or appraisals of levels being really surface level and obvious. This level looks like this level, just the most basic things you could notice. Oh wait, he did a tutorial on how to make good levels. Or at least that's what the title and thumbnail suggest. Let's check it out. So in this video, he doesn't actually tell you how to make a good level, he just gives you a few tips, including
Orb timings can be a bit annoying in cube sections, but if you want a precise orb timing, using a dash orb is probably your best bet.
That right there, it's not true.
Of a platform, and as long as there's an upside down blue pad, it'll change gravity.
Does this gameplay look familiar? Yeah, it does, Flaaroni. I'm demanding royalties from this video since you stole my gameplay. Right here he calls the ball game mode obsolete.
The spider is basically the new ball, and the ball is now pretty obsolete.
How? Oh, is this the part where I get interrupted by?
Secondly, like the UFO, when a block hits the top of the ball, you don't die, so we can make some pretty interesting things with it.
Yeah, Flaaroni does not know what he's doing, and it shows in his levels, layouts, and videos. He also has a series on GD history, kinda like me. These videos are really boring, but they have a good reception. He basically just reads everything in chronological order, without breaking. There's no interesting editing, no weird rhetorical devices, just dates. This happened, and then this happened. All jokes aside, here's some real criticism for Flaaroni. I would use musical transitions to make the video flow better. I would also throw in some wacky editing if you can, since the whole video is basically just showing gameplay and screenshots, which gets really boring. Right now the visuals are not interesting to look at and the pacing doesn't help at all. While I was making this video, he actually left a comment on my channel. It was on the... Why does this video keep getting stupid comments from big channels? So I stumbled across this while looking at GD tier lists. A man of culture, I see. And while I respect your opinion, saying I think I know more than I do is just straight up false. The series started out as a satire and became actual tutorials. And I'd like to think I wasn't overconfident back when I did make those videos. Well, maybe when I said they're not good tutorials, I was talking about the ones that were tutorials and not satire, like the Dansman one obviously was. Not that Flaaroni's jokes are good, because they're definitely not. But at least they're just jokes, and they don't steer creators in the wrong direction. How should I wrap this up? Flaaroni isn't that bad, but he has a lot of room to improve his videos. I contracted some kind of disease from the 5 minutes I spent on the XcreatorGoal channel, and now I feel like a very small child. And Alias is just trying to make money. Thanks for watching this weird new kind of video, especially if you watched all the way to here. I know this is also kind of a mess, thematically, but hopefully it was still entertaining. And that's it. See ya.